Becoming the Paynes. The Paynes.
But I'm not Payne yet.
Becoming the Paynes. It is. We're gonna stick with that. Becoming the Paynes. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Becoming the Paynes.
So that's the intro.
That's the intro.
But how is that the intro?
Well, that's kind of like our thing. Like when it pops up, it's like, becoming the Paynes. You know
That's
what I
an
mean?
editing
It's like,
thing.
yeah, it's like an editing thing. But becoming the got a little
I don't
ringtone
know
to it.
You gonna do the vocals?
I should do the vocals. We should do the vocals.
I can't sing.
No, but we can do like auto tune or something.
You got access to that type of
I mean, of course I do. There's nothing I can't do. Becoming the Paynes it is. That's what this is all about. I'm already a Payne. She's a Payne in her own way. That's not by the last name, but that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing.
Okay.
What is it that you're gonna get from us? There's tons of YouTube channels that you can watch. And people are broadcasting their life. People are, putting themselves out there. But what from us is gonna make us different? Completely feel like it's our backgrounds. Our background's a lot like anybody else's. Obviously, our mindsets are not anybody else's. We may have similarities, but the reality is we look at things differently. We approach things differently, and we communicate things differently. What's your background? Tell them a little bit about you.
A little bit about me, where I am now.
Yeah.
I'm a therapist. I'm a life coach. I therapize people, if that's what I've been told. I have a mental health background.
Therapize people. I've never heard that term. What does that mean? What is therapize? Therapy is therapeutic. Therapeutician. Is that a word?
It is. Yeah.
I knew that. I wasn't really asking. It was kind of like I was like throwing it out there. Because, but what is therapize?
I mean, I don't know. You have to ask the people that use that term, but I feel like I've been told that I have a therapeutic mindset, and that's just how my brain works, which is why that's the field that I'm in. I look at both sides of things when I tend to give advice or try to communicate. That's how I work. That's how I got here.
When you say got here, like, what does that mean? Like, got here, like, you talking about this relationship?
Exactly. That's how I got here. What's your background?
Yeah. My background is being all over the place. I am not a person who likes to be in a box, be categorized as anything. If I feel it, I go with it. I'm very spontaneous, but it's more of a controlled spontaneity. Like, it's not like random. I'm just gonna get up and say, hey, I want to do this, let's go jump off a cliff. No, people die from jumping off cliffs.
People bungee jump. You don't gotta die just because you jump.
People die bungee jumping. I'm not about to do that. Like, why would I want to put myself in that type of predicament where there's a possibility that I'm gonna die? Yes, there's a
die if you walk across the street.
But I control looking both ways, seeing if there's a car coming.
And someone comes speeding down the street and hits you, and boom, you're dead.
But if somebody's speeding down the street, I'm not gonna cross the street. See what I'm saying? I'm gonna wait, because I'm gonna be like, oh, they speeding, bro. Like, I'm gonna move out the way. Now you can throw in, what if that speeding car loses control and they hit you while you're standing on the sidewalk? You was trying to play it safe and you still got hit, still could die. Those are things that are out of our control. But placing ourselves in a situation where I'm gonna go bungee jump from 100 feet in the air, and I'm gonna trust that this string is been checked, strong enough, There's no malfunctions or anything that malfunctions while I'm plunging to the ground. Yeah, exactly. Like that's not my type of spontaneousness. I don't know. But we want to jump in the car, and I'm in the SS Coupe, and I'm trying to. The dashboard says 280. I might push 240. That's my control. I'm with that. I can do that all day. So yeah, that's pretty much who I am. How we balance each other out. It's a work in progress. This has been something that we were supposed to do. Like we were supposed to start shooting. We've had a baby. We got umpteen kids because I got kids and kids and kids and kids. Not to say like I don't be like out here just impregnating people. But
that's a story for another day.
See what I'm saying? It's been a progress, long situation coming, but to kind of like bring things full circle, I have asked this lovely woman to be my wife, in which she said yes. She didn't have to think about it or say there's a possibility or we'll address it and come back to it later. Like, she said yes the first time, the only time,
Because it took a long time.
Okay, so, But, everything happens when it's supposed to happen. Everything happens how it's supposed to happen. And, we can get into that story another time about how we did it. Matter of fact, we might even go there and shoot one day just because we can. What you'll get from us is, a lot of what her background is. I feel like there's a lot of things going on in people's life in which they don't have answers. Not only do they not have answers, they don't have anybody to go to. We try to talk to certain people in our lives, and when we really think about this, talking to certain people, they don't have that understanding a lot of times because they don't have the mindset. What are some other reasons?
They have mental health issues themselves. They going through it. They're miserable, so they want you to be miserable with them. They listening to other people in their ear. They think they have the greatest advice, so they want you to do what they would do as opposed to what's best for your situation.
I hate those type of people too. But we all have them. Not only do we have them as friends, we have them as family. What's that saying? Blood's thicker than water. And a lot of times, if you have the right mixture, that water might be way better than that blood. So, we want to address those things. We want to be able to be your comfort zone. Be what you inspire or what you're capable of already. A lot of the times you just don't have that outlet. You don't have that person.
I don't want to be no one's comfort zone. I'm pushing you outside of your comfort zone. That's the problem with a bunch of people, is that they're in their comfort zone right now. And they're afraid to step out and become what it is that they have the potential to be. So I would hope that whatever advice that we give you, it lets you step outside of that comfort zone and address what your real issues or passions or desires are, so that you accomplish what it is that you were meant to accomplish.
See? That's what I'm talking about. There's so much that we have gone through that we feel like other people go through, or we feel like we can help other people go through. That's why we're doing this. And, making it a little bit of personal, because it's not always going to be, sunshine and rainbows. Well, rainbows come when it rains.
Yeah, the rainbows come after the storm. But you need the storm to get the rainbow.
That's very true. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? But that's not us. We're not gonna put on that front like we live this happy-go-lucky. Well, we actually do live like a happy-go-lucky life, but we had to get there. We took the steps in which brought us to a point where we're communicating. We're on the same page. It might be different sentences at times, but it's always the same paragraph. But we went through those things. And, I'd hate to say it, but the reality is we're a black couple. We're a black family. Like, there's so much negativity on, every, black family is not a family. They're broken. Maybe the father's in jail or the mother's on drugs or, that's not the case. There are a lot of black families that are together raising their kids, potentially, not potentially, but they're doing things that they're supposed to be doing, and their kids are living a good life. Not everybody grew up in the projects. I get on her all the time. She didn't grow up in the projects. You know what I'm saying? She didn't grow up in the projects. I dabbled in and out of the projects. Does that mean that I'm uneducated? Does that mean that I have an extensive criminal background? Not at all. And we're achieving our goals as we set them. And that's what it's about. Put in perspective. What is your next step? What is going to get you to your end goal? And then once you accomplish that, what type of person are you? Are you going to sit there and say, okay, I did it. Yeah, I achieved my goal. Woohoo, high five. And that's it? Or now you're pushing on to something else? Like she said, we're going to push you out of that comfort zone for you to be the best version of yourself. And the best way for us to do that is together. You're going to gain a lot of information from her. You're going to gain a lot of information from me. We're going to help you gain a lot of information about yourself. Becoming the Paynes is that storyline. Becoming the Paynes is saying, hey, we had our issues as individuals, worked on us. Together, we're going to have our issues, but we're going to work on us together. We're going to become the best versions of ourselves individually and in this partnership. Because, y'all see this ring? Where the hell she thinks she going? Not a goddamn place. I promise you. We're going to die together. We bad couple. Okay, because we're not bad boys. Because you're not a boy. But we're bad couples for life. Does that have a... That doesn't really have a catch
Bonnie
to
and
it.
Clyde?
But, yeah.
That's what you sound like you should.
Didn't they die, though?
I don't know, probably. I don't watch that movie
I don't
either.
know if I want... You didn't see Bonnie and Clyde?
Was I supposed to?
There's a lot of movies. See, as a black culture, we know that there's black movies that you just have to have seen.
Allegedly. There's a black movie list.
There is a black movie list. Listen, pull up. Matter of fact, we're going to edit this. And when we do, we're going to have the black movie list in there. If you haven't seen 55, that's not even a good number, 75% of the movies that are on this list, there's a problem.
What's the problem?
You're missing out.
I'm still alive. I got time. There's no, must watch by this age requirement.
But these are things these are movies that have already been out. So how did you not see them?
They weren't childhood appropriate if you wasn't in the projects.
So you had to be in the projects to watch certain movies.
I'm just saying, a lot of them movies, you was on the streets, you was in the projects, you was living them lifestyles, or you knew of someone living those lifestyles. So that was every day.
So it wasn't relatable to what you were going through
I
at
was
that
watching
period
Disney
of time.
movies.
Oh, I didn't have a childhood. I didn't watch
I was a
Disney
child.
movies until my kids could watch Disney movies. So I can't relate to that.
Speaking of kids.
Speaking of kids. We're going to cut this. We appreciate you. Gonna go get Little Man Waking Up right now. A new addition to a family app.
No.
I couldn't help it.
No.
I couldn't help it. We'll talk about that on another day. But thank you. Welcome to Becoming the Paynes. And, stay tuned.
Like, comment, subscribe, share.
All that good stuff. We already know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? We can't do this without you. So definitely come in.
Trey said, hell no.
Yeah, he kind of hungry. So we're going to get up out of here.